And the next topic is more around just the strategies for teaching and learning online. So the first question is, why are we talking about fully online courses? And this is also related to some of the trends that are happening in the world and what we're seeing in the industry. So what's trending in fully online learning? Why go fully online? Considerations. So those are some of the topics we wanted to briefly touch upon today, but most importantly, to help share with you what support is available and how you can learn more if there's more information that you would like on this topic. COVID did shift everything in this regard. Remote work, having to make work-life decisions during the COVID pandemic, as you're aware, fueled great resignation, gig culture, and pressures to be more adaptive and desirable in the job market. That shifted everything. So there is a population of learners, and if you're a student, you probably know this yourself, looking at how to be highly employable and attractive to employers, so that if there's something that changes in your work situation, you have options. So there is a pool of learners looking to learn as quickly as possible in a way that's appealing to employers, whether it's to upgrade their existing job skills or as they're coming out into the market to be highly competitive with others. Meanwhile, you have employers that are facing an uphill battle of their own. They're struggling to retain talent. There's quite a lot of turnover in a lot of workplaces. And this is during a period of change. So they're trying to figure out how to adapt and adjust to changes in the world, in the workplace. And they're looking to upskill talent. They're looking to have a pipeline of resources that are available to help them with the challenges that they're facing. And they're finding a skill gap, especially in the last few years, as it pertains to what they call employability, call it soft skills, leadership, communication, critical thinking, the resources that help them to adapt to the complicated situations that they have in the workplace. So as you see there in the top, 69% of HR professionals say they're experiencing skill gaps. The trending mechanisms that are in place to quickly fill those skill gaps is related to micro-credentialing. Micro-credentialing is growing in popularity, and I want to emphasize that universities are picking up on this trend, and universities are also preferred by employers because of the reputations that universities have. They're looking for a way to quickly get people up to speed and showing competency. So competency is based on KSA, knowledge, skills, and aptitude or attitude, and the different mindsets. So with those three areas of competency, they're looking for somebody who is ready to demonstrate not just that they know an area, but they're ready to jump in and contribute in the workplace if they're hired for that competency area. So it provides a tangible way of demonstrating knowledge and experience. And so a question that we would have for you as you look at micro-credentialing, meaning there is a badge someone can earn base that shows that they're able to do something. There's maybe an e-learning portfolio that they can contribute to show beyond the transcript that they can actually demonstrate proficiency in an area. So I will also share that, again, we're seeing the universities are picking up these types of programs, and this is something that we see that is also a competitive advantage to universities. So something to think about also is in the area of micro-learning. Micro-learning and micro-credentials often go hand in hand. So it is a way to have someone get a bite-sized piece of learning. It's not overwhelming. It's something that they can retain in their short-term memory and actually utilize that information and process it. So micro-learning is a little different than just teaching like your lectures online. It's actually having a course that's geared towards fully online instruction. And a lot of times it's based on short bursts of instruction where somebody learns something. So if you can imagine something where somebody had a short lesson, they digest it, they learn it, and they demonstrate they can do it. That's how micro-learning and micro-credentialing go hand in hand. So a way to think about this is, let's say you're taking a semester-long course. A question to ask yourself is, how can you embed within that course microlearning lessons and competencies that can be demonstrated to employers in the marketplace so that they can see what you're able to do, so that there's something that exists that somebody can say it's not just a grade from a course, but it's something that their new skill or ability that they have accomplished. We do have resources at UMass Boston to facilitate your learning. If this is something that you're interested in, highly, highly recommend it. UMass Boston has a teaching and learning online course, and that is available to faculty who are interested in learning more about the best practices of using the LMS to lead a classroom. We also have access, you also have a Blackboard Quick Start Guide for faculty, and this is again geared towards those that are teaching online courses. There's a course readiness checklist that incorporates all the best practices that we have to help enable faculty teaching classes to be prepared with all the different considerations. There's also a LinkedIn Learning course, and I noticed as I was looking out yesterday, they have updated it. So it is an actually really good guide on what to consider when you're teaching online. We also have summer workshops that are designed to help with learning online. So let me show you what those are. We actually have several series. One is, as you see, designing and teaching online courses. There's one coming up tomorrow and then one next week. We have guest speakers at those talking about teaching online courses in different areas. Highly recommend those. There's also webinars or workshops rather on inclusive design series. When we talk about holistic student success, we're talking about one of the strategies that the university has, one of the priorities that the university has identified as part of their strategic plan. And it is very important that students feel like they're able to actively participate in the class, that they feel included in the class, and that they feel part of that community. So that inclusive design series is critically important to make sure that all the students have a good experience within that classroom environment. And then also strategies for learner engagement is a course that I'm hosting, and it is based in the Canvas LMS. And it is really all about the evidentiary teaching practices applied to technology. So for example, we have a lot of resources that are available to those that teach within the university. And it pairs those tools with a technology that really helps to get towards having better engagement and better outcomes. So one example I like to give is we have access to Lucidchart. It's a very good application and very effective. And so then the question would be, well, how would I use that in the class and why? Or better still, I'm trying to get to a level where people can connect the dots on different technologies and different subject matter. How can I help them to engage in the class and really understand what we're talking about and forming that mental model? So it pairs that tool with that framework. We're also going to be exploring micro-credentialing. So we talked about digital badges and demonstrating understanding. So we're actually walking the talk by actually designing this course for you and allowing you to have an opportunity to take that if that's something that you're interested in. That is something that is available to help you kind of think about. So this is in response to requests for new ideas around how to use technology in the classroom environment and how to improve student outcomes. So those are in the email that you have received about summer workshop opportunities. So take a look at that list and consider how what of those may be of interest to you. And definitely we hope to see you at those courses and that you'll sign up for those. We also want to mention that we do have ongoing support of learning design services. We have virtual office hours during the summer from 9 till 3. And what that means is if you're faculty, staff, or student and you have questions related to educational technology, we're here to help. You can drop in and ask us your questions and we will help you live and in real time. And then also, I mentioned earlier, the Teaching and Learning Online course. You can also earn the certificate from that course. I highly recommend that for those who are interested in teaching and those who are teaching, interested in fully online learning. And so that is available to you as well. And so we will provide you the link to that if that's something that you're interested in.